And I kind of had this like mental and physical energy, which I hadn't had for quite some time. And so
how did the intent of getting into the world of gender equity start for you?
Yeah.
Where it started, yes, you have done a PhD now, but where did it start? When you were at uni or on the school days? That's how that intent of balancing the equation came to you?
Sure. So I think as a person, fairness has always been like a really like grounding part of who I am and how I think and, what I think is just. So I think, I've always been an advocate for fairness, and whether it's just, making sure that people are treated with respect in the schoolyard and like right back to like primary school. I can remember, times when just fairness at its core. And then really the real instigator was through my experience in the recruitment industry in Australia. And I was in a sales role. So my job was to talk to companies and say, hey, how can we partner with you? Like, where are the gaps? Tell me about like your talent strategies. how can we support you? And about 7 years ago, I noticed a theme in these conversations, which was, oh, Ash, we really want to hire more women, but we don't know how. We don't know where to start. We've tried this and it failed, and now we're just lost. So upon reflecting on this recurring theme at that time, I had a niggle that there was a gap there. So there was appetite for change, but there was a gap in the how. And I'm the kind of person which, if I know that there's desire for a social impact, I can't sit back and do nothing about it. So coincidentally, about that time, my marriage to the guy who I moved to Australia with finished. And so I was just doing a bit of just general, life reflection and
soul searching.
Absolutely soul searching. And I kind of had this like mental and physical energy, which I hadn't had for quite some time. And so through a random conversation with friends who worked in education, I found out if you had an honours degree that you could bypass your MBA and go straight for a PhD. And I'm the kind of person, I will find like you give me like the little start of the thread, and I will follow it through, and I will find like the little kind of the source. I'm like a dog with a bone, very, very deliberate and focused. So I just basically figured out the landscape of what I needed to do to apply for a PhD and what it would all be about. And what I learned through that process was PhDs are all about meeting a research gap. So I put that concept with the themes in my conversations and went, well, this is what I have to do. So initially, naively, when I had my initial meetings with my supervisors, I said, well, I'm going to make the ultimate inclusion and diversity guide. And they're like, no, you're not. Because with a PhD, you have to go micro specific. So you need to choose an aspect of diversity. So I chose gender because it had been so topical. I'm, a woman myself, but also had started to be aware of the gendered norms and burdens which other genders face. And then we landed on an industry, mining, Western Australia, and we landed on a location, Western Australia, because I'm based here. And so that's where the kind of the passion really came from, and it's been a whirlwind journey since then.
Wow.